going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I had to go ahead and put together this video because I personally feel like a lot of people are coming at my neck recently to go ahead and get this content out here, even though, I went ahead and discussed my personal opinion about everything being busted within this current update. I did do a overall review of the Season 3 Reloaded content. And in that update, I let you guys know that there are a bunch of things that are broken within Modern Warfare 3. But apparently that's not enough. A lot of people are still coming at me saying that this game is in the worst state ever, and that I have to go ahead and discuss this. I'm not keeping up. Everybody else is talking about it, so on and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and put a video out here. But I'm going to be honest. I still have a bit of a different opinion on a lot of people out there. But of course, before we dive deep, if you guys are interested in more content just like this, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell. Post daily here at 8 morning Eastern time. Anything from Call of Duty over to X-Defiant, you best believe it'll be right here on this channel. And of course, if you guys want to go ahead and check out any of my live streams, I do that pretty much daily over on Kick. That stream starts between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time. And of course, you guys can find a link to that channel down in the description of this video. All right, guys, so let's get back into the main topic here of how busted Modern Warfare 3 is with this new update. I agree with you guys. Don't get me wrong. I completely agree. It is in a very bad spot. Now, I do believe people are overreacting a bit. For me personally, yeah, I do get packet bursts, packet loss. I do get very inconsistent servers. It's rough to play from time to time, especially in Warzone. I will say Warzone is in a really bad spot right now. But me being a multiplayer guy, I don't really dabble too much in Warzone. I do play Resurgence, but on this channel, I mostly just talk about multiplayer. And from my multiplayer experience, yeah, it happens, but it doesn't happen as frequently as people are making it out to be. It might be like, one match out of 5, which is still completely unacceptable. But guys, I don't know what to I don't know what to say. I truthfully don't know what to say. This happens every single time an update occurs, and it's not just with COD. It's with every game known to mankind. We are in the live service era. Okay, back in the day, these development teams didn't have that privilege. They either put out a product that worked, or it was completely busted and it was chalked, and nobody wanted to play the game. And a lot of the good games did have fun little, corny bugs and things that, were going on that weren't completely game-breaking, but we embraced them back in the day. But live service is different than what the OG games were. Live service is introducing what happens when you are constantly updating and adding into a title that is mostly built up off of code, It's proving exactly what happens. Every single time a game gets updated, you have to understand it's just the way things go. Something is going to bust. And yes, on the slight occasion, you might get an update that won't completely destroy a game. But that's very few in between, There has not been one game I have ever personally played where they put out a massive update and, something doesn't go wrong. GTA, Red Dead, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Rainbow Six Siege, Valorant, CSGO, even PvE games or single-player games, Cyberpunk, these games, every single time they get updated, something gets busted. Destiny, all these games, something goes wrong. If you go to each and every one of these communities, it's the same as the COD community. Every update for those games, you will see the community up in arms. They are salty about things that are busted, things that are, just simply going wrong, instead of focusing on the core content. And then, a week or two later, they eventually fix it up, and then everybody hyper-focuses on the content, and they want to discuss what's going right with it. For me, like I said, I addressed the negatives, but I've been really hyper-focusing into the actual content of Season 3 Reloaded, because I know for a fact that Sledgehammer isn't going to do us dirty. They've been doing so well with this game. They really have. They have been updating it constantly, fixing things constantly, and making sure it's running properly. So, this isn't a Modern Warfare 2 situation here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not treating it like Modern Warfare 2 2022, where the developers basically ignored us. Let's be honest here, guys. Over half the problems with Modern Warfare 2 2022 were never addressed for months upon months upon months, some even lasting the whole life cycle of the game. So, when it came to that game, I was a little bit more aggressive when these updates were busting, because they were busting on top of things that were already busted. right? Nothing was being fixed. So it was already a problem with another problem being added on top. Now, I know some people don't like Modern Warfare 3, and that's understandable. If you don't like this game, I get it, you know? That's the fun of gaming. That's the fun of all this stuff, right? Not everybody's going to enjoy what everybody likes. Everybody's going to have a different taste. So if you don't like this game, I get it. I completely get it. But, we have to acknowledge that this game right here, Modern Warfare 3, has not been absolutely busted. If you've been playing it consistently the whole year, you know for a fact that it hasn't been busted. It plays very well, very smooth. I barely have any problems whatsoever. And that's going from console and on PC. Now, I've seen some people share different, opinions, different problems with the game. But again, with all the people I play with, everybody in my stream, hundreds, thousands of different individuals out there who tune into this content right here as well, don't run into those problems whatsoever. It has to be something deeper, whether maybe you're playing on an older gen console, maybe it comes down to internet connection. I don't know why certain things are rough. I know for a fact that, for me personally, I had to transfer which drive I had the game downloaded on because on the incorrect drive, it actually caused more packet bursts. So, there's reasons why packet bursts occur, right? But for Modern Warfare 3, it has been very, very smooth. They have been staying on top of this game. And with that being said, I highly believe that they're going to hop right back on this and get it fixed. And what people don't understand is that Call of Duty is a game that is massive now. This isn't a passion project. So when the weekend comes up, you best believe people are going to take their break. A lot of people are pissed off that they're not fixing this up right away. It's going to be fixed next week. But this was at the very end of the week. We're going into the weekend. These people have lives. And I don't think people understand that when we're playing this game, when we're playing Call of Duty, we're playing something that is like McDonald's, okay? It is popular enough that it is an extremely big brand. People enjoy it. But you have to understand that, probably the people working there, the employees, all that stuff, some might enjoy the job, but overall, it's just a job in the field that they want to, no, I can't say that, but it's not the field that they want to work. I don't think anybody really, really, really wants to work, in fast food. But in gaming, that's what it comes down to. Call of Duty's massive now, okay? It's a huge franchise. And a lot of the people working on Call of Duty are passionate. They are gamers. They love game development. But they're trying to get a job. It's hard to get a job in game. I don't think people understand this. It's very complex to get a job in that industry. It's hard. It's competitive. So when you get a job, you frickin' take it, okay? You're not sitting here cherry picking, what game, I wonder if I want to work on Battlefield or if I want to work on COD. Or, Apex Legends is pretty fun, so, I might want to work. No, that's not how it works. You get a job, you take it, and you run with it. And maybe later on you can get to a different game that you would prefer more, but you get the work that you get, okay? That's Call of Duty. This isn't like some crazy passion project like it was back in the day when they were first building it, right? The core foundation of COD, yeah, the developers were probably way more passionate about it because the game was just starting. It was their baby. It was their project. Whereas now, they don't really treat it that way. It's not really their project. They're just kind of upkeeping a, ongoing franchise, which has its difficulties, which has its fun aspects of creativity, of trying to, change around what made this core franchise good in the first place, in a good way, though, for the community. But it's, you have to understand it's not their baby. So when the weekend comes, you best believe the majority of them are going to want to take their break. They're going to want to go home and enjoy time with their family, just like any other person out there working a 9-to-5 job who has their days off. They are going to want to do the same exact thing as you. And you have to come to that conclusion. You have to understand that. These updates, they are going to get busted because that's just how it goes when you update a game. And the quickness of it, a week, I'm not mad about that. Infinity Ward held us for a year. So, honestly, like 4 or 5, it's not even a full week. It'll probably be 4 or 5 days maybe, just so they can go and take their break. I'm fine with that because I know they're not going to screw us over. Again, if it was Infinity Ward, yeah, we would have a problem here because I know for a fact they were going to screw us over and they're probably not going to fix it. But Sledgehammer's proven to us time and time and time again that they care and they fix things, so I'm not worried about a little less than a week for them to put this together and they can take their break. Because I know for a fact, like I said, that these aren't like people who are indie developers. Now, if this was an indie project and the game was trying to stay afloat and, every last change is going to dictate if this game survives or not, then yeah, I'm going to be on them. And I'm going to be saying, you have to fix this right away, because if it doesn't work properly, you're going to lose a ton of support and you're out of here. And indie developers act differently because, again, it's their baby. It's their project. It's brand new. It's fresh. It's their creation. So when something breaks, when something busts, when the servers are rough, when the game is struggling, when they can't get things going right, they are more willing to take time from their own schedule, from their own lives, to go work on this game for us, the people who are just casually sitting back and playing the game, And if you really think about it, it is kind of greedy, or what's the right word I'm looking for? But you guys understand what I'm saying here. It's messed up of us when there's so many other games to play. Again, if it was a different team doing this and we knew they're going to screw us over, yes. But we know Sledgehammer isn't going to do that. We know Sledgehammer is going to fix this. And we're not, honestly, touch some grass. Go outside. Play a different game. Enjoy life a little bit. Take this time. It's time to go and do something. Because the game is going to be back to normal state. Everybody's up in arms right now over this game being destroyed. But we know a week from now it's going to play perfectly fine again. The servers are going to be working normally. So just go play something else for the time being. Enjoy something different. And again, let them do their thing, live their lives, and they'll come back to the studio and they'll fix up this game. But I do believe that's why a lot of people struggle with giving these developers time, because they still look at Call of Duty like it's brand new. A lot of OG players look at it like the franchise was just starting out. Right? We really do, because even though we didn't develop it, it's still our babies as well, because we love this franchise. We've been playing since day one. So we still treat it like our baby. Just like the developers who made Call of Duty treat it like their baby. But we have to understand, Call of Duty's been out for how long now? How many games have been released? How many developers have been cycled through? Sledgehammer, Treyarch, and Infinity Ward. This game is no longer a passion project that's trying to be built up. It's a very solid foundation. Which, yes, the developers sometimes drastically screw up. But we have to understand that they're going to want to take their breaks. They're going to want to take their time. They're going to want to take their vacations. And they'll come back as soon as possible, if they care, of course, and fix up the game. So in my opinion, give Sledgehammer a little break here. If the game is still busted after the next update, and, they continue to not want to try to fix it, then yeah, we'll have to discuss even further, and it's going to be an issue here. But I don't think that this bust here requires me to make 50,000 videos. You guys know? This is what I want to say. I've already made a couple to a few discussing the negatives. So I want to give them time to cook. That's it. If it was Infinity Ward, like I said, I'll be back to back roasting them, telling them to fix the game because they're not doing anything. But Sledgehammer doesn't need that. Sledgehammer doesn't need me to ride them, until they finally fix things. They do it. They do their job. So I'm just here to point out what's busted, and I'll let them fix what's busted. And if ever down the road they decide to screw that, up and they don't want to fix it anymore, then yeah, we're going to have issues. But they have not proven to me at all that they will do that. Ever. Through all these seasons. And like I said, I've been playing since day one of Modern Warfare 3. And since the first week of this game, they already pretty much fixed up the meta, right? They are on point with the updates. They're on point with the updates. So I'm going to give them time. We'll see what they do. And obviously, we'll make more content discussing if it's good or bad after the updates. But for the time being, let them cook. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. We post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern time. And, of course, if you guys want to check out any of my live streams, I do that over on Kick pretty much daily. You guys can find a link to that channel down in the description of this video, and that goes live between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.